Private Paul Curtis, final letter home before killed in combat, October 1940.
I don't think any man can explain combat. Take a combination of fear, anger, hunger, thirst, exhaustion, disgust, loneliness, homesickness. Wrap that all up in one reaction, and you might approach the feelings a fella has. It makes you feel mighty small, helpless, and alone. The battle seems like something in a faraway land. The cries of the wounded are pitiful. The dead seem forsaken. Things rage on all around them, but they are still and quiet.
War was fought by real people, and with real sacrifice that must be remembered. On November 11th, remember those you know, and especially those you never knew. Actual letter from combat nurse June Wandry, January 1944.
We now have a mix of wounded and battle-fatigued soldiers. Each category tugs at your heart. The wounded were happy to be missing only one arm or leg. A few days ago, I was giving medications before lights out. As I finished with this one very young soldier and was tucking his blankets around him, he said, "My mother always kissed me goodnight when she tucked me in bed." So I kissed him on the forehead. He blushed, covered his head with the blanket, and he cried. They are so young here.
War was fought by real people, and with real sacrifice that must be remembered. On November 11th, remember those you know, and especially those you never knew. Warrant Officer Frank Conwell, actual letter home, February 1945.
The weather has been very cold over here with plenty of snow. Snow and more snow. Brings back many memories of the good times I had when I was a kid. But now, the sleds have turned into tanks. The snowballs are grenades. The wet stuff trickling down the back of necks is often blood. And when you're numb with cold, there's no place to go to, nothing to look forward to. Nothing but snow.
War, combat, service was never meant to be glorified. It was meant to be remembered. On November 11th, remember those you know, and especially those you never knew. Actual letter from an anonymous soldier, December 1918.
40 days with the booming of guns, the nerve-wracking whine of projectiles, and the crash of bombs ever in my ears. Breathing and eating the damnable gases. 40 days of struggling, toiling, and praying, with very little food and sleep. It has rained continually. The rain has a way of soaking through the skin, on into the body of a man until his very heart seemed to be pumping the rainwater along his veins instead of blood. God knows where the sun has gone.
War was fought by real people, and with real sacrifice that must be remembered. On November 11th, remember those you know, and especially those you never knew.